Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here at Scott Harvey Auto Group on the Subaru side to take a look at the all-new 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness Edition. The Wilderness is a new package for the Forester in 2022, and it's got some nice upgrades to it. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what we got. From the start on the front end, you got your standard, beautiful looking Subaru grille with that nice Subaru badge on the front that's been around for so many years. We have flat black on the grille as well as the lower bumper area with some silver here. We have LED headlights, LED turn signals, and these LED Gatling gun style fog lights, which you'll only find on the Wilderness trim. Coming on top of the hood, we have what we call a glare strip that's up here. This isn't up here because it's some kind of sporty car. It's up here to protect the driver's eyes from sun glare shooting off of this silver paint. So I think that's a nice add to this Wilderness package. Makes it look a little bit, breaks up the color, makes it look a little bit more in the moment for the new style in 2022. All right, guys, wheel and tire package on this one is a 17-inch wheel with the nice 5 spokes, which I think makes it simple, makes it nice, makes it easy to clean. You have your standard 4-piston calipers. We're sitting right here on a 225 on the width, 60 series sidewall, believe it or not, on this 17. This is equipped with Yokohama all-terrain tires for when you want to go off-road, and Subaru has also lifted this higher than the normal Forester. This Wilderness Edition has 9.2 inches of ground clearance. Side of the car, guys, I'm liking the silver. The Aegean blue is the launch color for the Subaru Forester Wilderness, and it's selling like crazy. This is a silver one that they have. I believe it's called the Icy Silver, but I'll check to make sure. But I love what Subaru did with the Wilderness badge. I think it looks really cool. It's got that 3D effect. It looks really nice. Doesn't look like a sticker they just stuck on like some other brands do. And the official color here is ionized copper. At least that's what I believe it is. If anybody knows if it's anything different, please put that in the comments below. As we move down here, we have this flat black on the side view mirrors with these little dimples in it to help ward off nastiness and junk from the trails you'll be driving on. We have our LED directional indicators here. We're color matched on the door panels, and we're color matched on front and back. And then up top on the roof rail, we have this, again, this ionized copper, or what looks to me like gold, on the roof rail stanchions to hold this roof rail on, which I think really sets it beautifully. Up top, I don't know if you can see, but there is a standard sunroof on top as well, and the shark fin antenna. All right, guys, moving to the back of the Forester, you have your rear wiper down here. I would like to see them take this rear wiper and tuck it up underneath the spoiler. Get it up out of the way and clean it all up. We saw that on the Sorrento, the last video, and I think that would make this look a lot better. You have this protective plastic flat black cladding on the back, as well as the lower bumper area, the beautiful Subaru badge right in the middle. You have your Subaru all-wheel drive on the left, and your Forester Wilderness over here on the right, and you have a single cut exhaust as well. All right, guys, here we are at the front end of the car. We're taking a look at this beautiful 2.5 liter naturally aspirated boxer 4-cylinder engine putting out 182 horsepower. This is mated to a CVT transmission, which isn't the greatest for performance, but Subaru has been making these integrated CVTs for years. We'll see how it performs when we get out on the road. 25 in the city, 28 on a highway, 26 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, which means you can use regular unleaded gas, which is certainly going to help with fuel costs, considering how much gas has become nowadays. All right, guys, we're here on the interior of the Wilderness. And before we get started with our interior review, let's talk cost. The MSRP for this 2022 Wilderness, as optioned, is $36,664. So now let's take a look at what you get on the inside of the car. All right, here we go. First, the door panel of this one. I like the style. I like the contrast stitching in that ionized copper or gold. There is some faux carbon fiber around the door handle, flat black on the switchgear, but overall a very nice design. And of course, you got on the upper right, you got your little Subaru Wilderness tag showing you that, yes, you got the Wilderness Edition. As we move to the dash, we have, again, that nice contrast gold stitching, as well as soft touch material and this all-weather rubberized material down here. As we move on to the head unit, this is a Subaru 8-inch multimedia infotainment system, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Subaru Starlink, which is the app that you need to get into there. You have your apps there for My Subaru, Travel Link, and everything else. There's CarPlay, there's Android Auto. You go back to the home button, and that takes you back here. Very simple to use, very nice. And then you have your upper screen, which will give you all your vehicle information. Mileage to the tank, average miles per gallon, instant miles per gallon, temperature inside the car, outside the car, and your time, which is a nice little addition. I like that. As we move down here, we have our temperature controls as well as our hazard lights here. You have your defrost and rear defrost. As we come down here, we have a nice little snack tray. You have your aux jack, 2 USBs, and a 12 volt. Here is our gear shift, and again, that ionized copper with cross stitch that is going to take you through this CVT transmission. As we move down further, you have your drive mode selector here, which is going to go through your normal snow and dirt, deep snow and mud. Then you have your electronic parking brake. You have your heated seats for the passenger and the driver. And then this is your 180-degree view camera on the front, where that camera is mounted just underneath the Subaru badge on the front of the car. You press that, and then on this top screen, you get this nice 180 view of the front of the car. Of course, when you're off-road on the trails, don't want to hit any rocks, don't want to hit any trees or whatever, then that will come on and allow you to make sure everything in the front of the car is clear. We have 2 cup holders, and then in here is our Subaru key fob, which is pretty much the standard key fob from Subaru, with your trunk and your logo and your panic button, and on the back, nothing to write home about, but it's okay. Nice soft touch material on your armrest, and as we open that up, we have some storage in there and another 12 volt. All right, guys, here is the dash. We have analog gauges for speedometer and for your revs. And then we have a small 4-inch digital display in the middle, which will go through a menu of items such as tire pressures and miles per hour, gas mileage and those kinds of things, at radio stations and those kinds of things. Here's our backup camera, which is nice and clear with trajectory. I don't normally show foot boxes, but I'm loving what Subaru's doing with this foot box. They have these Subaru Wilderness all-weather floor mats, which are real nice to keep all the crud that you're going to drag into this car off the carpet. And I love this foot box. You got a large aluminum dead pedal, brake, and accelerator, and I think they did a real nice job with making this look attractive down here on the bottom end. You have full electric assist on the driver and passenger front seats, which is nice. And on the back of the front seats, on the headrests, we have these Subaru Wilderness embossed logos on the driver's side and over on the passenger side. All right, guys, we're in the back of the Forester Wilderness, and I'm loving the room back here. I have this front seat set for my driving position. I'm 5'11". I have tons of room for my knees. I have tons of headroom, and it is very, very comfortable. These seats, by the way, are not leather. These are vegan seat material, made from recycled materials, which is nice, helping out the environment. So the door panels here on the back are pretty much the same as the front. We have that gold contrast stitching on the armrest, that faux carbon fiber on the door handle, and you have flat black on your switch gear. All right, on the rear command center, you have your vents for your heat and air, and also inside this little pop-up, you have 2 USBs. Center armrest on the back is nice and soft, and you have 2 cup holders. No Subaru Wilderness embossed logo on the back of the headrests in the back seats. But like I said, on the door panels, you have that nice contrast stitching, and of course, that Subaru Wilderness tag on the back door as well. All right, guys, we're in the back, and then we're going to take a look at the cargo area. The release for that is right underneath the Subaru logo. And we have a nice electric assist that lifts up this back tailgate. And in the back, we have plenty of room. We have these nice all-weather cargo mats that Subaru puts in for the bed, as well as the wheel arches on both sides. That is a Wilderness Package Edition deal. We have hangers for your coats or outdoor gear if you're out in the outdoors, as well as up on top, we have these drop-down hangers for things. Subaru Press Material calls them for wetsuits and stuff. I don't know if I'd take this out to the beach or surfing, but certainly camping, you could hang some gear up here on these things. We have LED light in the back, on the back of the tailgate as well. And then over here, you have the buttons for putting down the rear seats. And you also have a 12 volt if you got to blow anything up or run anything for your camp. Put down the seats, you just pull this button, and down the seats go. On one side, you go to the other side, you pull down the button, and it goes down. Now this seat won't go completely down because the seat belt is hooked up. So we'll leave that one up for now. All right, let's go take this baby for a drive. All right, guys, we are driving the Wilderness Forester for 2022. And the first thing right off the bat is this car is so well damped. This is very comfortable. Those big sidewall tires just give this a really nice, kind of like a floaty ride to it, soaking up the bumps and everything else. Just a pleasure to ride in. Now this is still pretty much a boxy shape, so you have tons of visibility. Great visibility out of the front windshield, great visibility out of the side glass, and as well as the rear with this huge rear view mirror that I have here in front of me. This is equipped with Subaru EyeSight, which is their safety suite of things such as traffic sign recognition, lane keep assist, auto braking for collisions, and that type of those types of things. That is located right up here on the center console area. Again, this does have a nice sunroof, which I like. And just overall, it is just really comfortable. I can't get over how comfortable this is. I was thinking now that it's raised up a little bit higher and it's got these all-terrain tires on it, you might be feeling more of the road noise and whatnot, but man alive, it is nice. The steering, typical, I think, for a Subaru. It is light and it is fairly numb. You really don't get much road information coming through the steering wheel. Even though I do like the steering wheel, I do like the gold accents to the steering wheel that we have in other places on the interior. The steering wheel has a nice thickness. It has nice 10 and 2 notches. It has your cruise control on the right. It has your radio controls and telephone controls on the left. and just a really nice feel to this car overall. Now, the CVT, it is been around in the Subaru lineup for years and years and years. Now, the Forester, believe it or not, first came on the scene back in 1997. And here we are in 2022, and the Forester is still going strong, still one of Subaru's best-selling vehicles, and I can see why. You know, it's comfortable to drive, it's got plenty of space, it's got plenty of visibility, it's got plenty of cargo room for a small crossover vehicle, and it's just, you know, a pleasure to be in. And that's why I think I see so many of these on the road. But certainly the Wilderness is a nice freshening up of this Forester. It needed some kind of new freshness to it because it was starting to get kind of stale. And so I think Subaru really did a nice job in bringing this Wilderness package into the Forester. Now, I'm hoping this is just the start of something for Subaru. Right now, they have Wilderness Editions for the Forester and the Outback. I don't believe there are any other models with this Wilderness Edition, but I hope they go a step further. I would love to see, you know, more. Look at that, I got a road closed sign. Well, there goes my idea for the drive. I would like to see more action on the off-road side. I think this is equipped to handle dirt trails, some gravel roads, maybe some snow-covered roads. Obviously, this is not a rock crawler or heavy-duty Moab off-roader, but I would like to see them go a little bit further and give us, you know, maybe more of a lift, more heavy-duty suspension for off-road, really make it a tough off-roader to go up those big trails and not just get you up to the trailhead. But I'm loving it. I'm going to go down this road here. It's got some, oh boy, everybody's got action going on today since the weather's nice. Now we're out trimming trees already. Holy moly. So now we're going to have to sit here and wait for this. I'll be back to you once I'm on the other side of this nightmarish wood cutting going on here in Lawrenceville. All right, guys, we are back and we have cleared the wood cutting, and now we're going over a bump, and look at that. Piece of cake going over the bumps. But now, the CVT action. Is this CVT any better than the CVTs of old? We shall try, as we are going to just sit here and pull it to a stop. We're going to spin it over to manual, and let's see what these simulated gears are like. 3, 2, 1, rock and roll! Well, guys, that's a bit buzzy, as CVTs normally are. They're designed really for gas mileage and not performance, as I had mentioned earlier. 0 to 60 in this car is, you know, you could probably sit down, have a cup of coffee, have some eggs, some bacon, some toast, hash browns, and then you'll get to 60 miles an hour. So this is not designed for that kind of action. This is designed for reliability, for light off-roading, for getting you to point A to point B comfortably. And I think Subaru has nailed it on the head with this Wilderness Edition. So I think we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank, again, Scott Harvey Auto Group, this time the Subaru folks. Again, Frank, the sales ninja, hooked me up again with this car. These things are going like hotcakes. And this one, again, is new, just came in this icy silver metallic. And, you know, thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like. Please subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And we'll see you guys on the rebound. Take care, everybody.